finish up these introductory podcasts with just some speed reading interventions into Nietzsche. Um, we'll get into this discussion in class, but just what I've done here is highlight some things. So I show you how I read Nietzsche, some of the moves I make in order to try to understand what's going on with Nietzsche, right? Um, so in the highlights I'm doing here, again, I don't annotate everything um, for for you. I guess I should, but I sort of use different colors and I know what I'm sort of thinking about here, right? So here at the beginning, right, this is just what I'm highlighting here. It's sort of just this is the information about Zarathustra. This is the beginning of the epic form, right? So he's 30 years old and or when he was 30 years old, he goes to the mountains. He's there for 10 years. Then he decides to come down, right? And so he's up on a mountain in a cave. Keep that in mind, right? So mountain cave, right? So mountain is usually associated with hey, enlightenment, right? Uh, right, the whole parable of the cave type thing, mountain, right? Um, that's nearer to the sun, but at the same time he lives in a cave, right? So it's sort of the opposite of the mountain, right? And and so he's playing with that idea, right? And then he mentions that uh, he talks to the sun first of all, and then he talks about his comrades, his eagle and his snake, right? uh, and he starts making associations with bees and the honey, right? So just sort of proclaiming in this mock epic way, I have achieved these things, I know these things, right? And what are these things, right? It's sort of like, what is this guy talking about? Uh, and then all of a sudden he says, I have to go down, right? And so Zarathustra wants to become human again, right? And then he goes down, he's going under, right? Meets an old man, right? The classic old wise man, right? Who doesn't get what Zarathustra is saying. And then you have the famous line, God is dead here, which is unexplained, right? So we're going to have to deal with that. But classic Nietzsche, right? He sort of just, drops these, bombs into the text without explanation, right? And as we go further in the text, it's not really like he's really, you know, saying, okay, here's what I meant by that. He's continues to be elliptical and such. And here he starts to teach, right? Notice his teaching style, right? So he begins with saying, I teach you the overman,